What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Knowledge Seven-Figure Entrepreneur, and been in the notary space for going on 10 years. Today, I want to share with you guys how I turned a slow notary week into $5,000 in 4 days. So, one of the things that I always hear from coaching students, especially before they get on board to even receive coaching, is that, oh my gosh, it's just a slow month. Or, oh my gosh, it's just a slow week. Yeah, it's just a slow week. It's just a slow month. Or their favorite. They'll say, oh, it's a slow season. I hate hearing that. Slow season. Because what it is, this is just a cop-out word, right? This is just a cop-out. You just say this because you don't know how to make any money right now. And it's been a slow season for you for 4 years. Like, damn, how long is this slow season? You see what I'm saying? This is the word that you'll always hear. And honestly, it's not a slow season. The reason that you're not making money is because that you don't understand marketing, you don't understand systems and operations correctly, or you don't understand your market good enough to understand what is actually bringing in income currently. So you call it a slow season or you call it a slow week. But how I did it is I take advantage of all these slow weeks or these slow seasons. So starting off with number one, first thing I did is I treated the slow week as an opportunity window. So treated slow week as, oh, that word opportunity almost took me out. Word almost took me out. Almost forgot to spell it for a second. But anyways, I treat that slow week as an opportunity window. What did I mean by that? So if money is slow right now, if you feel like there's nothing you could do, whether you're in the notary business, the life insurance business, whatever it may be, those slow times are those times for you to go back into the lab or go back into your training arc. I don't know if anybody here watches anime, but there's moments in time where all you're doing is just training and planning. So for example, what I've said in another video is there's 3 phases to everything, right? You have plan, right? You have your planning phase, you have your execute phase, and then you have your revise, review, revision, revise, or you can call it review phase, right? So you have 3 stages within your business or as an entrepreneur that you need to understand. And it's these 3 stages, right? Revise, review, and execute. What I've explained in previous videos is that everybody gets stuck here in this planning phase, but we'll speak about that later or in another video. So you have these. The thing is, you want to plan for a short period of time or for a decent period of time. Give yourself a timeline on when you're going to plan, and then from there you move into execution, and then you then move into review or the revise phase. But what happens is when you're in the execution phase long enough, you're knocking out notary jobs, you're doing notary jobs, you do notary jobs. It comes to a point where you might have a slow season or a slow week. Instead of going to review and revise, sometimes when you're in the execution phase and you have a slow week, you need to go back into planning. So when you're in the planning phase, what you're doing is you're learning, you're researching, you're gaining more knowledge, you're coming up with different ways to attack it. So just think about that slow week as an opportunity window to learn. So for me, I knew that there's probably less competition right now. There's less competition, and I can give faster responses to customers and easier bookings to customers, and then that allows me to just have time to sit down and focus on bringing in more money by thinking about new strategies. So I just treat that as an opportunity window to study some more, and for the customers that do come in, I need to be treating them as great as possible, right? Next up, I compress my schedule on purpose. So when things slow down, what I try to do is just PURPOSD. What I try to do is squeeze all of my clients in a gap as much as possible, meaning that when the clients came in, if they say, hey, can I do this at 8 p.m.? I try to move that time up. Oh yeah, no problem. Are you able to do it any time earlier? Yeah, I can do that. Actually, I can do that at 4. I put them at 4, so that way when I do have more clients coming in, I'm just squeezing them all in a small time frame, so I'm able to stack more clients in without that day. And especially during a slow season, anybody that comes in, I'm trying to just do everybody as quickly as possible, as soon as possible, so that way when another person comes in, I'm making sure that I'm not double booking and I can squeeze everybody in. So I compress my schedule on purpose. So instead of spreading the jobs out throughout the week, and then by the time that the job comes, they don't want to have a notary done anymore, right? So I did it like that. Next up, I focused on my ready to book clients. So usually when you're in the notary business and you've taken phone calls long enough, you'll know when you have like the BS clients, right? The ones that say, you'll know when you have the clients that are like shopping around, right? The clients that are shopping around are the ones that are kind of wasting your time. And when you're in seasons where it's kind of slow, you don't really want to focus too much on those customers. You may want to do like a quick little follow-up, but you want to make sure you're keeping that schedule free. You want to make sure you're keeping those phone lines free, so when people are calling in, you can pick them up. So seasons where it's maybe more income coming in or more customers calling you, more clients calling you, then I can kind of like mess around with them a little bit more if I want to. But when seasons are slow, I'm just trying to make sure my calendar is free, my calendar is open, so I can just move on to the next client. So I wasn't focusing on them too much. The ones that were ready to book, I'm making sure I provide the service as fast as possible, because if not, they're going to move over to the next client. They're going to move over to the next notary company. And you don't want them to do that, because if things are slow, everybody that comes in is like, I want to make sure I get them in quickly, and then the clients that are BSing or taking their time, I'll circle back to y'all. But I need to make sure these ones that are ready, I'm getting them first, right? One of the biggest things you could do is you could reactivate your dormant leads. So for example, so after I focused on those ready to book clients, like I said, the ones that were kind of like BSing or moving slowly, those are the ones that after I got everybody off my calendar, I reached back out to those clients. But you don't want to start off doing those clients, because then you're going to miss out on the clients that are ready. So at that point, those clients, I went back, or had somebody on the sales team go back. We're calling them, we're seeing if they need help with anything. Oh, no problem, we can accommodate, we can do whatever time you need, no problem. Oh, is this your first time? Even though we know it's their first time. Oh, cool, we'll give you a 40% discount or a 30% or a 20% discount, depending on what your margins are, and then do the job for them. But you want to make sure you get your ready to book clients out the way, and all those dormant leads, the ones that were like the tire kickers, now you got time to go back and deal with the tire kickers, because you're trying to squeeze in every penny that you have, every penny that comes in. So next up, I leverage my short requests, my short notice requests, VERAGED, short notice requests. So people that need stuff soon, quick, fast, and in a hurry, I make sure I did it quick, fast, and in a hurry. So what you'll get sometimes is like those clients that want jobs done in 2 hours or less, or 1 hour or less. When those came through, I made sure that I was available. Hence the reason why the ready to book clients, I made sure that I got them on the schedule fast. So that way, when I had short notice requests, clients come in, I can knock them out. But you don't want to turn down those jobs, because you need every single one of those jobs as fast as possible. You need to be getting these jobs done as fast as possible, and then when they come in on these short notice requests, you charge them more. That's what's going to help you, or helped us, get to those $5,000 in those 4 days, especially doing it really fast. Is you squeeze those clients in, you make sure you can knock it out. Especially as a notary agency, it's not that hard. And then on top of that, the ones that do want to do short notice requests, or those within an hour, you charge them more. You see what I'm saying? You charge them more, and then you add in any a la carte services. So any little additional things that they might need, which we've gone over in other videos, you offer those things so you can raise your AOV, or you can raise your average order value. So in those 4 days, you can make that $5,000 easily, because you're raising the price of each customer, and then you're squeezing those customers within a small window, and then you're also focused on other things that you can do. When you do that stuff, making that $5,000 in 4 days is not going to be that hard. And like I said, you want to increase your minimums. So what I did is any of those low cost minimums. Ooh, that's right. MINIMUMS. Yeah, I did. So you want to increase the minimums on your order values. You want to make sure that, although you don't want to charge more for every service, because the season is slow, so they might go to someone else, you want to make sure that you offer them little additional services too that they might not even thought of that they need, like for printing, for example, and then just charge them a little bit more for that. Because you want to, like I said, raise that average order value so the amount that you're getting per customer is higher, so it can help you get there. And then last but not least, your reoccurring clients, your first time clients. You want to try to make your first time clients reoccurring clients. I'll say revisiting. I don't know how to spell reoccurring off the top of my head. But those first time clients that come in, especially when they have certain documents where you know, like, okay, with these documents, I know that they might need me again. You're giving them grade A service out the bat and letting them know that, hey, if they come back to you, they get a 20% discount. You're doing anything that you need to make sure that you can get these clients back and have them recurring or revisiting, so that way if they have something like, if they always closing on houses, you know, like, okay, in 2 more days I can get them back again because they're always closing on houses like that. So those clients, you treat them really good, give them the service they need, maybe send out postcards, grade A service. But yeah, those are what we did to turn our slow notary weeks into $5,000 in 4 days. Do you really want to take advantage of treating these as opportunity windows and just going as hard as you can? Because other people are going to complain and say, hey, it's a slow season, hey, it's a slow week, slow month. And you're just like, okay, cool. If you're saying that, those people are just writing it off in their head and then moving on to the next thing or their next business venture. But you're like, okay, you know what? Now it's time for me to really lock down. So use it as an opportunity window. But yeah, if you're a notary or looking to be a notary or someone that's interested in the notary business for a notary agency altogether, click the link down below. I'll walk you through everything you need to know, and you can speak with me or a member of my team, and hopefully we'll see you soon. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully you enjoy the video, and see you guys in the next video. Peace. If you found this helpful, make sure to join our free Notary Knowledge Academy. It's the #1 community for all notaries. And if you need one-on-one mentorship on how to grow your business from 3 to 8K plus in your notary business, all the links are down below. Go ahead and click that, and I'll see you guys on the inside.